big house in my name.
Okay, we're going to just get started. You're going to need 40 developer and you're going to need the bleaching powder. I just got one pack because we're just doing the frontal part. And of course, you're going to need a bowl and you're going to need some type of brush to paint this on. So what I like to do is cover my mannequin head with a plastic bag so I won't ruin it. And I'm also going to turn it inside out, as you guys are going to see in the next clip, because we want to focus on getting as much bleach on the frontal as possible. And then you also want to make sure that you're getting the hair out of the way when you're putting this frontal on. Now, I did make a mistake and over bleach some of the hair. I don't know what it is, but I always seem to over bleach. Sometimes it wasn't that bad, but as you guys can see, I was moving the hair out the way, but it didn't matter. So when I show you guys how to mix this powder together and apply it, try to take heed to what I'm saying and doing, because you might not make the mistake that I made, but I end up fixing it anyway. But we're just going to empty that whole package in the bowl, and then you want to slowly add the 40 developer. As you guys can see, I was making a mess. So take your time and add a little developer at a time, because you want this consistency to be almost like a very thick paste that's not going to really be too watery, because if it's too watery, it's going to seep through the lace and your hair is really going to be ruined. So try to make it as thick as possible, adding a little bit at a time. As you guys can see, I'm getting the consistency that I want, which is the consistency that doesn't move that much off the brush if you turn it upside down. Now it's time to apply it to the frontal, and you want to sometimes let this sit to activate too. So I actually let this bowl sit on the side for like 5 minutes just so everything can kind of marry together. And then I wanted to show you guys in real time how I was applying the bleach to the frontal, because sometimes when you're going in fast motion, you really don't get a gist of like how we're doing things. So I'm really trying to take my time, and you don't want to apply too hard when it comes to applying this bleach. Some of you guys that's probably watching this video already know how to bleach knots, but this is mainly for beginners who want to get into, you know, customizing their own wigs at home, because hairstylists charge a lot of money to put these wigs on and to customize it. So if I can help you guys at home, that'll be great. So again, I'm just going to go in with this bleach and lightly press it on. You kind of just want to hover over the lace. I just feel like my hands are a little bit heavy-handed because I did make the mistake of over bleaching some of the parts, which you guys will see later in the video. But try to apply this as gentle as possible. I've seen some people use popsicle sticks to apply it, or like plastic spoons. Maybe that'll give you a better application. Maybe the bristles were kind of like poking through the lace, I don't know, but try your best to try to be as gentle as possible. And I also bring this bleach further up. As you guys can see, it's almost on all of the lace, because I found that in the past when I made my wigs, when I didn't apply that bleach a little bit further up, like it does tint the lace a little bit. So you bleaching the knots, yes, but the lace also changes colors. So I just brought it up a little bit because I don't know how much lace I'm going to cut. And then you just want to set your timer to 20 minutes and then come back. Some people cover it with aluminum foil, but that's totally up to you. And this is what I washed the hair with. This is like for blonde and silver hair. It's basically going to get the brassiness out of the hair. So I went ahead and just washed it, and this is how it looks after I did that. And I added some conditioner and just brushed it out, and I rinsed it out. So this is what we have right now. As you guys can see, it's looking like scalp, okay? And compared to the lace in the front, it's a little bit brown. I don't know if you guys can really tell, but yeah, it's a different color. But as you guys can also see, this is why I over bleach. It's not that bad, which we're going to fix later in the video, but I did over bleach, and I think it's just because it's probably because I pressed a little bit too hard, but it's nothing that I can't fix. It's annoying to fix, yes, but it is doable to just fix that. And I'm just showing you guys how the hair look. And actually, I didn't have to pretty much pluck too much, because if you guys saw, the parting is pretty wide, and that's what I go for when I'm plucking. Some wigs, they're made so tight together as far as like the hairs that they put in the lace are so close together that it's not a realistic part. Like if you part your own hair, your hair is going to look a little bit wider, if that makes sense. So that's the whole point of plucking. So I got these tweezers. I didn't use this side because it was starting to like it was starting to tug at my lace and I didn't want to poke a hole in it, so I used the flatter side. And then you're gonna need a water bottle, and then you're gonna need some type of like comb brush. I use these two to kind of just move the hair out the way and just take the excess hair that I plucked out. I feel like wetting the hair is a better way of plucking the hair, because you can kind of see how the hair is going to look, and you can kind of maneuver and move it out the way because it's kind of sticking together. Also, I've seen other YouTubers wet hair because they took Arrogante class, which I did not, but I love that they posted his tips on YouTube because it's very helpful. And they normally pluck on like a white towel, but my mannequin head is pretty light that I can kind of see what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna go right ahead. It's no like way that you see that, like I was started to use this side, but then it started to tug. So then I ended up flipping it over and using the flat side. That's what I'm showing you guys right here. But when it comes to plucking, there's no like neat way of doing it. You just kind of want to just go in there. Don't stay in one spot, but you kind of just want to move around and just start plucking, and you'll start thinning it out. So that's basically what you want to start doing. It's like thinning the hairline out. Like I said, this wig did not come too bad, so I didn't have to do too much customization, which was really good, but I did thin out the hairline just a little bit, and like you see me doing right now, I'm just plucking in no particular order, just going through the hair and just plucking out some of the hair. You guys probably can't really see how much hair I'm plucking out because some of the hair is blonde, so it's kind of hard to see on camera. But when you guys see me brush it out, you're gonna see that the hair is actually coming out. Don't over pluck. Like in the past, I've overplucked plenty of wigs, thinking that I had to do that bit, but you have to also realize that the more you wear your wigs, the thinner the lace is going to become, because you're washing and you're combing and you're hot combing and you're cutting baby hairs in. So you don't really want to go overboard when it comes to plucking. And then I also part about an inch into the hair and start plucking. Now with this 13x6 wig, it's only about 2 to 2.5 inches of space before you get to the tract area. So you really don't have to over pluck this part either, because you don't have that much leeway to thin it out, because you're going to start seeing those tracts that's right there. So you don't want to overdo it, but I did pluck it just a tiny bit. Now I'm just going to fast forward it because it's just getting repetitive, and I'm just going to let you guys watch what I do. Now this is where I correct my over bleaching. I'm using the darkest brown by Doors. This is like a semi-permanent color. You guys can actually use a dye, like a box dye if you want to, but I just wanted to use this because I had it. And then I'm just going to take my time, you guys. I'm going to take my time with this brush and apply it to the bleach areas, because you just really don't want to get this on your lace and stain it. Now I could have did the watercolor method where you use the hot water and then you put the Adore in there and you dip it, but it wasn't that much bleach hair that I had to cover, so I just went in by hand the old-fashioned way and just brushed it on. And I'm showing you guys in real time how slow I'm going, how careful I am, because you don't want to get this everywhere, and it can get messy because Adore semi-permanent is pretty liquidy, so you can really get messy really fast. So take your time and just apply it on all of those bleach areas. And I actually left this on for about 15 to 20 minutes. It say 15 minutes on the bottle, but I try to leave it on as long as possible. That could be 20 to 30 minutes. I don't remember, but I did leave it on for quite a bit of time, and then I just rinsed it off with cool water, and then that's kind of how I just corrected it. Now, even though I didn't over bleach the middle of the hair, I still want everything to be cohesive in the same color, because this wig is kind of like a 1B, but it's mixed with like dark brown hair and black hair. So instead of just me covering up the bleach, I did go through the whole entire frontal and apply this rinse, because I want everything to be the same color. I didn't want it to be like dark in one area and then lighter in another area. So that's what I'm doing right now, is making sure that everything looks the same. Now, after I did this, I actually did go back in and I plucked just a little bit more, because I was able to see what parts needed more plucking, since everything was one color and I didn't have like light parts and dark parts. So you guys are going to see me go back into the hairline, mainly in the lace area in the middle, where I'm going to be wearing the middle part is where I plucked a little bit more. But like I said, this frontal is not that bad. I feel like it's almost beginner friendly. Even you guys can do this at home if you never wore a wig or never customized a wig. You can wear it as is. That's how good I feel like this frontal was. But I did go in and pluck, because that's just my own personal preference. But that's basically it. I'm sure you guys, the part, I didn't even touch the middle, but you guys see how good this part looks already. But that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys subscribe. And if you guys have any questions, leave them below. And I love you guys. And I'll see you guys in the next video of me installing this wig. Peace. Next time on this channel.